Whoopi Goldberg. We got some things we need to discuss. Yes, indeed. I told y'all it's open dialogue. I'm all over the place with this. Whoopi Goldberg. Let's talk about it. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Some of y'all are aware of what took place on The View approximately 3 days ago. I know I'm a few days late on this news, but the Bible tells us to hear the whole matter of a situation, and then you reach your conclusion. So I like to hear the end of a story instead of reacting to the beginning of a story. And then I'll evaluate it. You know, I'll look at everything through the parameters of the text, and I'll come with a tactful approach to acknowledge what's truly taking place. And we're going to do that. Somebody said, Whoopi got an eye opener. Yeah, it's a lot to it. There's some layers to this. There's some layers to this. We're going to get into it. No further ado. Let me share my screen with y'all. Let's talk about it. Let's see. Whoopi Goldberg suspended from The View for her takes on the Holocaust. Man, it's amazing how you say certain things and it can trigger a whole defense league. It can trigger a whole defense league. It's more to the story that meets the eye. And we're going to get into it. Young Elder, thank you for the $10 contribution. And it reads, until we have power, land, and resources to protect our women and children, IMO, it don't make sense to be fruitful and multiply, having our children manipulated and groomed by our oppressors. Young Elder, I'm really hoping that you come into the chat today. I like the fact that you have a disagreement and you were willing to even still contribute to the work. And listen, you don't even have to get on the screen to share those sentiments that you have. You don't even have to get on the screen. We can have a civil discord on that comment because I disagree with that comment. I wholeheartedly disagree, and I can give you my reasons why I disagree. Feel free to join me today, brother. This is why we're having Disagreement Day. And we can have that healthy communication. But listen, somebody said something key. They said, let's talk about the name Golberg. Let's talk about the name Golberg. Yeah. See, we're getting somewhere. You see how the gears get to grinding? People start to think. Golberg is a wish last name, correct? Y'all got to understand how the fraternity of Hollywood actually works. Sometimes there are staged events that take place on mainstream media. And these events take place so they can change the narrative of what's really going on. They like to have certain situations happen to promote a certain level of outrage, and is also used to put the people back in check. Right? So now I want y'all to think about this. Think about her last name. Think about how often it is they show us something on TV and we're outraged about it. But those actors, actresses really haven't lost anything. They really haven't lost anything. They really are still famous. They're still rich, and they're still in a certain atmosphere. A 3-day suspension sounds like a vacation to me. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I have the right to have my opinion. It is what it is. I'm going to play a little bit of this clip. I want you to listen carefully.
Breaking news overnight. The View co-host Whoopi Goldberg suspended for 2 weeks for her comments about the Holocaust. Ariel Reshef has the story. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you, George. Though Goldberg has apologized, her comments sparked a firestorm, some seeing this as a troubling sign of fading understanding about the horrors of the Holocaust. This morning, ABC News suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks in response.
Oh, 2 weeks. Pardon me. I said 3 days. She was just, that's a nice little break right there. That's a nice little break right there. So they suspended her for 2 weeks. Now, listen, everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged. I'm not in the Hollywood circles. I'm not in the mainstream media, but I'm using my astute observations to come up with my sentiments of what I'm seeing, right? And this is as an individual who has been an awakened Israelite for quite some time, and I understand how the media works and how they manipulate the people. And they make us afraid to address the actual truth, right?
To her inflammatory remarks about the Holocaust. ABC News President Kim Godwin saying in a statement, effective immediately, I am suspending.
And also, this is fair use. Federal law allows citizens to distribute portions of copywritten material for teaching and edification. And this particular video will be transformative.
Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and hurtful comments. While Whoopi has apologized, I've asked her to take time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments.
Now, let me make this clear. Whoopi Goldberg, if you're looking at this on face value, she didn't say anything wrong. Let's make this clear. She didn't say anything wrong. But y'all have to understand, for these celebrities, all promotion, all attention is good attention. All right. That's the world we're living in. But she didn't say anything wrong. I do believe that the powers that be used her to spin a narrative and make us afraid to address the real issues. Right.
The entire ABC News organization stands in solidarity with our Jewish colleagues, friends, family, and communities.
If you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race.
On Monday's show, the host of ABC.
Ladies and gentlemen, what she just said is the truth. It's not about race. Ladies and gentlemen, is Jewish a race? Is Jewish a race, or is it a religion? Because according to history, the Khazarians converted into Judaism. Thus, you have the Jewish religion. So when she said the Holocaust is not about race, that's an actual fact. That's a fact. Let's continue.
Sees The View inaccurately claimed the Holocaust was not related to race.
It's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about. Whoopi.
Oh, man, the world is a stage. From the immortal words of Robin Shakespeare. I don't believe nothing I see on these mainstream media outlets. I just don't. I don't. I feel like, listen, you got to understand, an actor is acting all the time. An actor is acting all the time. That's just how I see it.
Goldberg appearing to double down on the Colbert Show that night.
Look, she may have been suspended for, let's say, 3 weeks, right? But she got all kind of shows that she went on. She went on the Colbert Show to talk about this. She went on several outlets after she said these quote unquote horrendous comments. She went on all these shows after she said what she said. Publicity. All publicity is good publicity in Hollywood. It's a stage. I really need our people to understand that They're trying to change the narrative. You know why? Because the real people of the book are waking up. Are y'all hearing me? The real people of the book are waking up. And trust and believe, everybody knows what's going on. Everybody in Hollywood have heard the murmurs. They have heard the talks. They have been on Israelites' channels. They have seen the truth. It is being spread worldwide. They know in the NBA, they know in the NFL, they know in Hollywood, they know everywhere who the real people of the book are. And they know damn well it ain't them people over there in Israel right now. They know it. This is common knowledge at this point. But see, what happened was the so-called elite, they used her to spin the narrative. They used her to put a fear mechanism back in place. Because think about it, Whoopi Goldberg, we talking about Sister Act. We talking about Whoopi Goldberg. She been on a lot of movies, a lot of programs, a lot of TV series. A lot of our aunties, grandmas, and elders, they looking up to Whoopi Goldberg. And they don't need our people, especially of age, stature, and wisdom, the ancient grays of hairs, knowing that we the real people too. Because it seems that out of the mouth of babes, the truth is being brought forth. And they're trying to keep the elders who have wisdom silent. They're trying to keep them silent. That's her demographic. That's who they're trying to reach. Who does people on The View reach? People on The View are reaching our aunties, grandmas, and our elders. So for her to double down and get back into that old slave mentality, that's what they want. They want them to apologize, capitulate, acquiesce, grovel, to keep a job. That's what they want to continue to happen. Listen, any elders who come across this video, your people, those melanated people, your sons, your daughters, your grandchildren, your grandbabies are the children of Israel. They are the real Jews the Bible speaks of. They're the real Jews. They come from the tribe of Judah, from the seed of Jacob, through Abraham. We are the people of the promise written of in those holy texts. What they're attempting to do is put our ancient wisdom on a standstill. That's what they're attempting to do. The color purple syndrome all over again. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I apologize. I can't say that. I'm ready for some of these celebrities to lose their jobs. And as much as I shout out Nick Cannon ain't losing no job to speak the truth. I'm ready for them to die on their sword and stop going to apologize to these people who should be apologizing to us. I want y'all to imagine Whoopi Goldberg gets on national TV and says, slavery wasn't about race. How much public outrage will we have then? If Whoopi Goldberg got on TV and said, you know what? Slavery wasn't about race. It was about the extreme hatred that mankind has. She would suffer no persecution at all. She would not have to apologize for those sentiments. She would not have to get on TV and grovel and go on a world tour on different platforms talking about what I meant to say was this, or what I should have said was this. I should have clarified that. I didn't mean that. No. All she did was state a fact. I'm going to tell you something right now. There's going to come a time which those who claim to be the people of the book are going to come before our feet, and they're going to bow, and they're going to say, surely you are the children of the promise. They're going to apologize. I hope y'all believe that, because it's all biblical. And they're getting to the point in this system where they're falling so rapidly. They're spiraling out of control, and they're finding out day in and day out that the Most High God is in control of everything. Somebody in the chat asks, New Breed, is this the 5-hour stream? You can't be serious. So you must not have seen the 5-hour stream. Let's play a little more of this Woopie Golberg.
American experience tends to be based on skin.
Yes. And so that is what race means to me.
So well, let me get this right. We're going to change what race means. You can either be Caucasoid or Mongoloid. That's race. You're either Caucasoid or Mongoloid. So now let me get this right. Race is a concept now. So now race is a concept. This is lunacy. I was actually apprehensive to even cover this particular story because this is so stupid. It's dumb. It's foolish. But I'm covering it because I know who this particular message was geared to. I know who the agenda was trying to sway. And it's our elders. Our elders have to really stop falling for the TV. Stop falling for the damn Oprah Winfrey show. Stop falling for The View. Stop falling for any other damn daytime television show where a bunch of women are coming together, spewing out a bunch of rhetoric. Stop looking at Red Table Talk with damn Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett. Stop looking at, listen, these shows are toxic. They are keeping you in a slave mentality. All those shows are toxic. A bunch of mammies. A bunch of women who disrespect men. A bunch of women who pretty much castrate the black male. A bunch of women who, a lot of the times, they playing for the other side. Let's be real about it. Let's be real about it. They actually part of the letter gang, a lot of them. Like, listen, what are you getting from these daytime television shows? Listen, you women of state, you elder women of stature, read your book. Read Proverbs 31. These women ain't going to teach you how to be no woman. They ain't going to do it. You can see Jada Pinkett on Red Table Talk disrespecting Will Smith, $1 million man with box office hits. They had That's So Raven up here on this damn show. They had That's So Raven on there. When they speak, my nose begins to bleed. I'm telling you, the rhetoric is so toxic. When these women get together on these round table talks and they get to talking, I'm like, yo, my brain is about to explode. Like, these women are retarded. They really are. They're very slow. And they're trying to act like intellectuals, and it's really like troubling that our elder women watch this garbage day in and day out. We need our elder women back. We need their spiritual fortitude. We need them to pray for the nation of Israel, our true identity. We're not black. We're not Negroes. We are the nation of Israel. And we need those same prayers that you've been given in that Christian church, hooping and hollering. We need that same energy in the nation of Israel so we can survive.
When you talk about being a racist, I was saying you can't call this racism. This was evil. This wasn't based on the skin. You couldn't tell who was Jewish.
Now look what she said. She said you couldn't tell who was Jewish. She said you couldn't tell who was Jewish. Ladies and gentlemen, is she telling any lies in what she said? Elders who are watching, who watch The View, did she just lie? Do you know, could you tell who's Jewish and who's German? It is rumored that Adolf Hitler was Jewish. You know what I'm going to need to see? I'm going to need to see some DNA. Show me the difference between an Italian and a Jewish person. Show me the difference between a Russian and a Jewish person. I'm going to need to see biochemical markers. Show me the biometrics behind the difference of these people. Show me. You're going to have to show me. Because you damn sure can take Mongoloid and Caucasoid, see the DNA, and you can see the biometric DNA difference between those people. Somebody in the chat said Hitler wasn't even German. He was Australian. I would not doubt that. Somebody said all babies he made. Tamika, I agree. And I'll second that statement by saying all of y'all are winners. Because you won the race. You ran down that fallopian tube. You were swimming. You was moving. All y'all won the race. You're all winners. It could have been any sperm in the world that got to that egg first. It could have been any sperm in the world, but it was you. That means you was born a winner. Hopefully that makes you feel better to know that I'm not a racist. I think you're all winners. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Had to delve deeply to figure it out.
Then tweeting an apology saying in part, the Jewish people around the world have always had my support and that will never waver. I'm sorry for the hurt I have caused. And the next...
You ain't hurt them. They billionaires. They own the financial system. They own all the damn banks. Hurt where? If you want to hurt a Jewish person, you going after their pockets. That's how you hurt them. They about their bag. They about their money. You ain't hurting them. You just a face on TV that just put millions of elder black women who was thinking about waking up. You just put them back in their place because they say, Now, Woopie tried to come out and say it, girl. You see what Woopie did? Woopie tried to come out and say the unthinkable. Only thing she did was say that it's not about race because all of these people look the same. How could they even tell the difference? How could they tell the difference? So let me get this right. They built these internment camps. They rolled up to Auschwitz. And they somehow, I'm guessing, had some kind of DNA test. And they pricked and prodded at every single person. It was like, you're Jewish. Look at this chromosome. Look at that chromosome. Up, throw them in the oven. Is that what you're trying to tell me happened? That makes logical sense to you. Y'all see why I need a Patreon? You see why I need an OnlyFans? Because I'm going to tell you like it is. So you mean to tell me they had mouth swabs? So they took 1 million people. I don't know how many people. They said 20 million people. So they had 20 million people. They mouth swabbed 20 million people. It was like Jewish, Jewish. No, you're not regular white. Jewish, Jewish. Throw them in the oven. And you expect people with logic and common sense to believe that. Bro, somebody said, bro, don't get no OnlyFans. No, because I want to speak my mind. I want to be uncut and raw. If they ain't worried about women over there having orgies and all kind of sexual escapades, they damn sure ain't worried about what I'm saying. They damn sure ain't going to shadow ban me over there. Somebody said, Woopie knows she shouldn't apologize. No, listen. When she said what she said, she knew she was going to apologize. It's all fixed. It's all fake. It's all fake. Listen, Woopie, we're going to spice things up. We need you to say this about the Holocaust. You're going to get to go on a Steve Colbert show. You'll go on all kind of late night shows. You'll be popping. You'll be trending on Twitter. You'll be trending here. You'll be trending there. It's staged. It's not real. They're all puppets, all of them. These people don't have an organic thought at all. Even though what she said is just the truth. But if you're going to say something that's true, stand on it. Stand on the truth.
Today, opening The View with this.
I said that the Holocaust wasn't about race, and it was instead about man's inhumanity to man. But it is indeed about race, because Hitler and the Nazis considered Jews to be an inferior race. Now, words matter, and mine are...
How did they know who was who?
No exception. I regret my comments, as I said, and I stand corrected. I also stand with the Jewish people, as they know, and y'all know, because I've always done that.
By the end of the Holocaust, just 77 years ago, 6 million Jews had been murdered.
6 million? 6 million. 6 million. Now listen, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But you telling me you was able to round up 6 million people. You was able to round up 6 million people and just eradicate them. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the smartest person, but I would think some kind of revolt would take place. But hey, I don't know. I know that. Oh, let me not say none of that. Let me just skip all that. I'm gonna just skip all that. What I was about to say. I can't say everything that's on my mind. Lord knows. I can say some things, but I'm not gonna say that. Let's just say, you know, I wonder how they did it. I wonder how they just straight up executed 6 million people. I wonder how they did that. Most countries would take those 6 million people and make them work, i.e. the transatlantic slave trade. You know, they would kill the old ones and sell the babies, and, you know, but most people wouldn't just, I mean, that's some real evil stuff right there. You mean to tell me you just killed 6 million people? They're inferior, kill them. That's really how that went down? Anyway, we'll skip over that.
That might not fit exactly or feel different than the way we think about race in 21st century.
Yo, look at this man right here. What's his race? Somebody tell me what this man's race is. Is he Irish? Is he Russian? Is he Jewish? What is this man's race right here? Can anybody tell me? Let me see if people can guess. I'm in the chat. I'm looking in the chat. Guess this man's race. Somebody said reptilian. Y'all need to be stopped. Somebody said white. Somebody said his race is white. Somebody said German. Russian, Italian. So Megan said that's a Khazar. No doubt about that. Caucasian. How many people can tell if somebody said he is somebody said he's ISIS. Somebody said Esau. Somebody said he's just pink. Yo, since when have Jewish been a race? Jewish is a religion. You can be Chinese and convert into Judaism. You can practice Judaism and be Chinese. You can be Russian and practice Chinese. Practice Judaism. You can be black and practice Judaism. Matter of fact, you got several NBA players who've decided to practice Judaism instead of just being who they are and following their bloodline, i.e. Amari Stoudemire. Shout out to Amari Stoudemire, but dude, you don't need to have a yarmulke and a small hat on because you already have the blood. What happened is these people, the Homo sapiens, what they did was they converted. What they did was they converted into Judaism, as if you can convert to the tribe of Judah. Read the Bible. That's just like me. That's like waking up one day and say, you know what? I really like Wu-Tang. I really enjoy a good Kung Fu flick. And I really, really, really like Bruce Lee movies. You know what? I'm converting to Asian. I am converting to an Asian person. I am officially Chinese. That's exactly what Jewish people did. That's exactly what they did. Because he looks like Woody from Toy Story. You can't tell the damn difference. Woody from Toy Story could be Russian, Jewish. I don't know. I look like Woody from. He has no features at all. It's crazy.
America.
And he's with the Anti-Defamation League.
Where primarily it's about people of color. But throughout the Jewish people's history, they have been marginalized, they have been persecuted, they have been slaughtered.
What about Negroes? Negroes are still being marginalized and persecuted. Have you checked the mortality rate? We being poisoned through our food. Listen, we are getting destroyed as a people. You want to talk about being marginalized? Well, listen, you own everything. Everything. Wow.
In large part because many people felt they were not just a different religion, but indeed a different race.
Prove it. Prove that you are a different race. We want to see some DNA proof. Because you say that you're a different race doesn't make it true. Because we've been persecuted and marginalized, we have the right to be God's people. We got a right to be the tribe of Judah. We got a right to be somebody else's bloodline. These little spoiled bastards. I mean, goodness gracious, we need some receipts. We need some receipts. We need to know where the hell, listen, show me chapter and verse. Show me chapter and verse where the hell you came from. That's all I'm asking. Let me get chapter and verse.
The head of the Anti-Defamation League warning anti-Semitism is still a real...
Yo, look at these people. You know what? I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish. You know what? I'm protected because listen, y'all hearing this, y'all witness to this right now. Y'all witness, everybody watching. Y'all watching me? Y'all hearing me? Why I can say what I'm saying right now? Because I practice Judaism. I am telling you openly, publicly, on this forum, I practice Judaism. I am Jewish. So I have the right to say exactly what I'm saying in this video. I'm only speaking about my own people.
And present danger.
We need people on good faith on the left and the right to call this out forcefully, fully, without hesitation.
And studies show an alarming decline in knowledge about the Holocaust at a time when anti-Semitism has surged to unprecedented levels. The FBI saying Jews are the most targeted for religious-based hate crimes in this.
I don't see no police shooting these Jewish people. Who is running around beating up Jewish people? Who? We don't even see that on the media. These people have their own communities. These people have conclaves. They police their own neighborhoods. Who the hell is knocking Jewish people over the head, bro? I mean, can we get any receipts? Have anybody seen any Jewish hate going on? And who's doing it? Who is beating on Jewish people? Who is persecuting these people? Who's doing this? What the hell are they talking about? Break the delusion, my people. Break the delusion. It's too late for that. It's too late to be deluded by this media box. This satanic Luciferian media. That's crazy. I don't know who beating on them.
And George, as you heard there, Golberg saying she regrets her comments. And
last name Golberg. She working for them people.
And he hurt them.
She's whipping the elderly black women and black men or whoever's watching this that show, the LGBTQ, whoever else is watching them, the demographics they reach, they just snapping the mechanism in place because the truth is spreading everywhere and people are questioning everything right now.
They have caused.
Yes, she did. Okay, Ariel, thanks very much.
That was crazy. That was just crazy.